direct from the beautiful Inland Blue Studios. Honey, this is the Nerdlife Crisis podcast with your hosts, that fine-ass Chris Thayer, that beautiful Steve Hale, and that big hunker chunk of meat, Ron Milts. Woo! Mama's hot up in here. Let's get this party started.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerdlife Crisis podcast. Here with your host today,
Chris Thayer,
Steve Hale,
and I'm Ron Milts. All right, guys, we're back here for a regular episode. We've got a lot to talk about. I hope you guys, if you have not, go back and listen to our Logan special. You will know that we as a group absolutely loved and adored that movie. But man, we got a lot of regular stuff to talk about here that won't take as long. But yeah, so what's everyone been up to since the last time we talked?
Oh, Jesus. You want to start? I got a list.
By all means, go ahead.
Oh, God. All right. Well, since then, I think the Stillwater reunion project has happened, although that was like November when that sort of started happening. Plus, working on, we finished Grace 3. It'll be in our hands tomorrow. Rosalie 3 is almost done, plus a coloring book of Rosalie 3. What else is happening? Shit ton of stuff.
Fuck.
Just like busy as a the Villains released their record. That was on Valentine's Day. We haven't seen each other since then, huh? Might have been right after that.
I think so, yeah.
Just yeah. So I'm coming up on my spring break, and I'll probably sleep for 2 weeks.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Steve, what you been up to?
Fuck, dude. I mean, not as much as Chris. I just wake up, enjoy my privilege, and just sail through the fucking day, dude. You know, watch porn on my phone, let the CIA get a good show, and that's
Put the tape over the camera.
yeah. You know, I yell at my kids from the bathroom that I'm normally hanging out in watching these pornos.
Nice, man.
You know, nothing really as cool as Chris.
No, me neither. So yeah, I just been
He's been productive.
Hey, the band, the Big Papa Band, is playing at Downtown Disney next month, too. We got asked to come out and audition for that. I guess they have like a rotation of bands that they use all year long. And so we'll be down there April 30th, I think is what it is.
I love that band. It's like the band that just will not die.
Dude, we stopped booking. People are calling us at this point.
I'm telling you, you know, you're gonna get into some. You're gonna get a song in a fucking popular
Pizza
live
or
action
something.
like Disney movie,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
then it'll be over.
You should start specifically
Next thing you
writing
know,
like up-tempo songs
Right.
that are about
like next thing you know, you're gonna get a fucking award from Elton John or something.
I have to
Oscars.
write about like strong female protagonists, though, because that's where all of the Disney films have gone over the last 8-10 years.
Right. We're not princesses.
Right.
Okay.
I think let me offer
Cheers.
some suggestions on songs that you might write about. Well, you should write one called "Cut and Slice," and then because you could like maybe end up in the Deadpool credits. You know,
Right.
cut and slice, all right? Like
Right.
you know, maybe write one like "I'm So Dark." Like you could end up in like a Batman film. You know, a little
Right,
bluesy.
right.
You know, I think you're missing like just start writing general things about
Right.
that could possibly occur in a superhero film, and you too could end up.
Just throw the letter X in
Well,
there a few times.
Whatever
Boom.
you do, though, don't go chasing waterfalls.
No, you know what? I'm going to stick to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to.
I think somebody already did that one, but but I like the concept. I think there's some good yeah. But I think especially if like the trend continues towards like that sort of 80s style of filmmaking,
Right.
like we'll get theme songs here again soon. I'm pretty excited.
Fucking bring it back, dude.
Dude,
time, man.
write a song
Kenny
called
fucking Loggins style.
Yes,
man.
write a song called I Hear Stranger Things.
I hear Stranger Things. Right. Dude, Kenny Loggins, I like totally dismissed him for my entire life. And then
How dare you, sir?
No, seriously. And then I got a free passes to go see him at the Greek.
Yeah.
That was one of the best fucking shows I've ever seen.
All right.
Crazy.
Did you do the Caddyshack song?
He did all that shit.
He's like,
I felt like I was stuck in the
Baby
80s
Jesus,
theater.
I love that song, dude. It's so
Oh my
good.
God, it was crazy.
That's great.
Did he do all the tracks off the Top Gun album?
No, just his tracks.
Oh.
He didn't do Take My Breath Away or anything.
Did we talk about this before? Have
We
you
have.
seen
We
the
may have.
cast of Top Gun then and now?
Oh yes, how they all have gained
Lord.
like 1,000 pounds. and-
Except for Tom Cruise, because he fucking made a deal with Satan himself.
no, sir, with
Or
Xenu,
Xenu or whatever. Yeah. Holy shit, dude. I mean,
Right.
they fell apart.
Poor Val.
But him.
Well,
Something.
Val Kilmer was holding all that weight in his elbow for all that time, and then
the elbow again. Oh no.
and then Kelly McGillis, like, oh my lord,
She only had one movie, didn't she?
no, she did a few, but
I
it
guess.
is not good.
Straight to Betamax.
Yeah. Yeah, real rough cast.
Straight to Laserdisc.
A little. So, although Anthony Edwards has not aged because he's been bald for
Yeah,
so
he's been
long
old forever.
that it's like
Right.
he looks exactly the same. So, which is always funny because when you see him now, you're like, wait, that nerd was supposed to be cool in that movie? I'm so confused. How did that
And
happen?
Michael Ironside still looks pretty badass.
Well, I mean,
He's fucking Michael Ironside.
look, if anyone's going to lead me in the apocalypse, it's going to be Michael Ironside,
Dude,
all right?
fuck
Like,
yeah.
he could walk up to my door and be like, all right, mister, we're going out and hunting aliens. And I'm all, I am in,
Everybody
sir.
does their job.
Yes.
You don't do it, I'll kill you myself. Fucking words to live by.
Find
man.
somebody else to replace you,
All right.
you know? So, good times. All right, we got
What have you guys been doing?
I already told you.
You didn't say what you were doing.
Oh, I just been working on theater stuff.
Fuck! I gave like this long description of stuff I was doing. I've just been, working.
It's like, dude, it's like one show to the next. I'm directing a show right now. Like we literally just did a con a couple weeks ago. We have another one. We have WonderCon coming up here shortly.
we have a lot of cons
So,
coming up here real quick.
Yeah. So I mean, good news is Chris and I, Grace 3 is at the printer, and we're picking it up tomorrow. So and we're working on Grace 4 right now. I mean, we're renovating our fucking kitchen. It's like the kitchen renovation that will never fucking end.
Dude, it's been like 2-3
Yeah,
years.
that shit does
since you
never
started.
end.
Jesus
man.
Christ. Yeah, but we're at the point now where it's like final stages. And so there's like, the only thing I haven't ripped out yet is the sink because I didn't want to be without a, because I knew, they're like, this is the date it's coming in, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And I'm like, there's no way you're going to be ready in 5 weeks. Like, I know you're going to fuck it up somehow. Yeah. And the guy that's building the cabinets is great and all, but it's like, that day rolled up and nope, wasn't ready. And then now the wife has done what wives do and she's like changing colors. And so it's like,
Oh no, the longer it goes on.
yes,
It's the money pit.
let's talk about that real quick. So Second Chance movie, The Money Pit, if you've never seen it real quick.
Phenomenal movie.
Tom Hanks and what's her face from Cheers buy a house, this beautiful house in the middle of nowhere, like this mansion, and it's like they walk in and it's owned by this little old lady, and then when they get there, it's like the perfect house and they decide to buy it, right? And then it becomes this money pit essentially where the whole house needs to be renovated. So in this movie, it's played for comedy obviously, but the wife and the husband fight incessantly over this house at a certain point because it's gone on too fucking long. That is what my life has become, okay? Just so you know, that moment when they like Tom Hanks like is laughing uncontrollably
Yeah.
when the at one point the bathtub falls through the floor to the second story and he's standing over the hole laughing uncontrollably. I had that moment happen when she walked into the room and said, "We're moving the fridge 7 inches to the right." To which I went, I now have to move 3 wall plugs because you're moving one. You just couldn't leave well enough
Holy
alone,
shit,
could you?
right, yeah.
And I'm just like, like you're fucking like I was done with the work, and then I go to do the work, and it's like fuck, I move all this stuff around, and I had like you buy the perfect amount of paint for something. I had already figured it out, the square footage. I know how much paint I'm going to use. I get to the end, I'm like, I've got literally like a 4x4 swath to paint, Steve. I run out of paint. And I go to Home Depot, and guess what? They can't fucking color match the paint they sold me.
Oh,
You didn't save the code, dude?
It was the same exact paint. They could not get it to be the color. I think when they mixed it the first time, they mixed it the wrong color.
Oh, shit.
And so the paint that I went, and this was me going to and from Home Depot for 4 hours straight,
Fuck.
trying to get the.
I know that fucking pain.
And so then at a certain point, I got to repaint the whole fucking kitchen again. So at that point, like that, and that's when it's like, I get it. I get why Tom Hanks wanted to kill his wife in that film.
Dude, fucking Jennifer and I bought a new house the end of last year, and we looked at a fucking house right before this one that I love this house. I mean, this was the Haunted Mansion meets fucking the Addams Family and the Munsters. I mean, it was everything that I love in a fucking house. It was absolutely the money pit. I mean, like I could see birds nesting in the fucking ceiling and shit.
Oh,
The
jeez.
bathroom, dude, was like out of Train Spotting. Okay, like every fucking squatter in downtown Riverside has taken a dump in this fucking bathroom.
Jeez.
But I mean, like the woodwork and the built-ins were fucking awesome. But man, I'd need $100,000
Right.
or more just to even start putting this fucking house together.
We had looked at a house that was exactly like that, dude, where I walked in and I was like, this house is awesome. It was from like 1918.
Ooh,
and it was
hell no, run.
No, but it was like 3,900 square feet, and it had like a sort of like a mother-in-law's like side room, and it was like it was all this original wood grain, like original wood beams and everything. And I looked at it, and it was like the first story wasn't too bad. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. There's a little butler door into the kitchen. Like, how fucking cool is that? Like, all these little things that you're like,
it had like a fucking servant's fucking stairway in the
right.
back and shit.
And you're like, this is awesome.
Right.
And then I got to the second story, and there were no sinks, no toilets, no O-ring. Didn't seem to be a place in the upstairs bathroom for like shit to go.
right. It was just like a hole in the ground.
Somebody had come in,
wood around it.
Somebody had come in and stripped the pipe from the second floor, and the price was fantastic. But I'm all, that's great, but it will literally cost $200,000 to like renovate this place into the house we would want it to be.
They still wanted $400,000 for this fucking place.
Oh, Jesus.
The electrical panel, for our friends out there listening, we have a friend. His name is Jay. He is a phenomenal electrician.
Yes.
He goes all over the world doing electrical work, from anything from the NFL experience to like
League of Legends championships.
Offspring's fucking tour and shit. He would have opened up this electrical panel, closed it, and then set the whole fucking house on fire. It was just like, it was the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Was it right out of PCU, where it had like all the little screw in?
Right. Or like in fucking Fight Club when they're going downstairs in the water.
Yeah.
You know, they're like zapping and shit. You know, it was like, oh my God. Like, we walked out of the house, and Jennifer was like, no fucking way. Like, we'll have a divorce. You will not survive. We would be like, Tom Hanks at the end of the movie when they were like separating in the money pit. It would have been that bad.
And it's funny because it's like literally one room in our house, but it's like the problem is like the fucking mess has spilled over to every other room in the house.
And any project, even our last money pit house, when we had the foundation work done, you got the inspector who comes in, pokes around, somebody else shows up, pokes around. 2 weeks.
Never.
2 weeks.
It's never 2 weeks.
We're in and we're out, right? Next thing you know, there's a porta potty on the side of my house. Yeah, because, this went all summer. I mean, this just fucking went on.
Was this at the old house?
And on. Yeah, the first house.
Yeah.
We're having this foundation work done. Not try to bore you people out there, but underneath my house, apparently when they had redone this house, every bit of trash that they had, every board that they had cut,
They just threw it in the foundation?
yeah, man.
Oh, my God.
Underneath my house was just truckloads of like debris that they had to fucking remove all of this, take it to the dump. Before they even got to start the
Why
work.
would they do that?
The guy who owned the house,
Laziness.
the guy who owned the house before us was a total scab contractor, and he was trying to just, instead of getting rid of like this debris of renovating the house, he just because they had torn all the floors up.
Right.
So whatever fell down there,
He
that's
just
where
left
it
it.
stayed.
Oh, jeez.
So it was just full of crap down there. So this project turned into like a whole summer long. Like, I come home, I'm like, hey guys, what's up? Just water's in the cooler there. I would just leave drinks out for them. I'm like, here,
That's fantastic.
whatever you need. But yeah, the porta potty on the side of my fucking house, dude.
Did you ever go use it just for fun?
No. I only do that out of desperation,
Why would you need that when you got a Home Depot bucket right there? You don't need the porta potty.
That Home Depot bucket it's like once you get done dumping in it, you could turn it into like an air conditioner. I've seen the videos.
Yeah.
Like, come on, so
Wash it out. So you got a
Hey.
bunch of friends coming over. You're going to grill a bunch of
throw
chicken.
some ice,
Yeah, cooler, or just wash the chicken off in the bucket,
Right.
Still good bucket.
Yeah,
right?
it's all good.
All right, so transitioning from this old house into the rest of the broadcast here. You want to talk about Powerless a little bit? I know Steve hasn't seen it.
I'm way out of the loop on that one.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
It's
awful.
Let's talk about something that sucks.
Well, we love to talk about things that suck, right?
No, but here's the thing. It's a lot of fun.
In moments.
It's really stupid humor.
Yes.
It's really stupid humor. But there's so many little tiny like nods into other things within the DC universe that is interesting to me. That's fun to me. You know,
they did have one episode that was kind of funny in spots where there was a running gag where there was sort of this like Superman type person in their city who was coming and saving people nearby them, and they were convinced that it was one of their coworkers.
Right.
And so it was like they like set up a camera to try to catch John like changing clothes into his super outfit, and like they did this whole run of things to try and figure out a way. And this one sort of goofy girl in the office literally picks up a chair and walks over and smashes it on the guy's back. And as he's like collapsed, laid out on the ground, and she's like, "See, he's not a superhero," and like fucking walks. So it's like moments like that. You're like, okay, that's pretty fucking clever. And then Alan Tudyk is fun.
I think he's kind of a wasted character by making him the boss. I think they've wasted a kind of a comic gem. But even with what he's doing, it's still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, they're just it doesn't sustain all the way through.
No.
And like the tertiary character's not as enjoyable. They're too goofy.
Yeah.
They're a little too goofy.
But this last week, Alan Tudyk was trying to hook up with some like single mom.
Oh, I haven't seen this one.
Oh
yet.
yeah, no, I don't want to give you too much. But basically, he's trying to get Ron Funches to put all this like kid toy shit together for him.
Okay.
So he can try and get some alone time with the mom to have sex.
Oh, nice.
And like the kid knows, he's like, "You just want to have sex with my mom. We've already established that, And I'm not going to spoil anything because it's not like a big secret. But he's like, "Okay, I have this Wonder Woman jet that I want you to put together." And he's like, "It's invisible. Yeah, it's going to be a bitch, but I need you to take care of it by this weekend." And then, of course, like they loved it. We need 4 more because apparently they have a crew and they have goals.
That's funny. That's funny. I do like they did find at one point they found a batarang.
Right.
On accident.
Okay.
Like the concept was the girl was dating a henchman on accident. She like went to the bar to speed date and met all these guys, and they do some fun things there. Like the guy from Arizona State that's like, "Yo, what's up, bro?" And then so the last guy is like this totally normal guy, and he's a doctor, but then it turns out he's actually a henchman for the Riddler. So they like take over the lab, the Wayne lab that they're working at, and Batman comes and at some point they find a batarang. And so like 3 of the characters are like fighting over this batarang. And it was like the most comically large batarang I've ever seen, by the way. Like it looked like the Klingon like Gartok weapon, like it was that big.
Batlift.
Yeah, so but it's like Alan Tudyk is dressed as Robin is like fucking comic gold.
But not like Robin from the recent movies, Robin from the comic book.
Okay.
Like the red and yellow. Yeah.
Yes.
Awful.
Outfit,
And then he's like, they're like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Well, I assume when Batman sees me like this, he'll want me to be his new boy wonder." And the one guy's like, "You do realize like at least 2 Robins have died before, right?" And he goes, "I will be the exception." Like Alan
There's a job opening.
Yes, Alan Tudyk is like the saving grace of that show for me. So
everybody's got some nice moments. Ron Funches is funny.
Yes.
But again, it's stupid humor.
Yeah.
It's not intended to be a quality show. It's like if you took Airplane and made it superhero themed.
Kind of. But I mean, to me, it's like, I don't know that it's going to last. I don't think it makes it past the first season.
Yeah, no, it's terrible, but it's really fun to watch.
There's only so much room in the world for stupid humor shows. Like I'm still amazed at this point today that The Big Bang Theory is on 10 years later.
Oh, man.
I love The Big Bang Theory.
You know what?
That's wildly popular, dude.
They got some character stuff going, and it's not just stupid jokes.
Go back and watch
some relationships.
Go back and watch season 1 of Big Bang Theory.
Loved it.
it's not as good as you remember it. Like, it's funny, but it's not like they like hit their stride in like second and third season.
Right.
But like because Sheldon was not exactly, he's not the same character as he is now.
No,
Exactly.
definitely.
Like, it wasn't as Sheldon centric as it is now.
Right.
Now, speaking of Sheldon,
Well, I don't think
you
it was
heard the
supposed to, I don't
spinoff,
think it was
right?
supposed to be the Sheldon show.
No.
It grew into that.
Kind of over
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
You see, they're doing a young
They're,
Sheldon.
they're doing a young Sheldon spinoff.
Did not.
Yeah.
I did
Oh,
not
yeah.
know that.
Yeah, it's about 9-year-old Sheldon growing up in Texas, apparently.
How?
Okay.
And first, when I heard spinoff, I'm like, they're getting rid of the show and they're gonna let him have his own show. I'm like, that's a fucking terrible idea. Now, when I hear it's a kid, that's hilarious.
Narrated. It's like How I Met Your Mother, where it's like narrated by adult Sheldon.
Okay.
So we get to have more Jim Parsons as long as this spin-off show keeps going.
Right.
So
Okay.
I think we're getting
I'll
to
watch it.
I think we're getting to the end of Big Bang Theory.
You got 2 more seasons.
I think we're getting to the end. I think
Yeah.
it's really getting close.
Yeah.
It's still funny. Like, the 10th season has actually been funny, and
Tell
especially
you what, man, they're making some fucking coin. That's for sure.
that's for
Right.
damn. But they're all starting to look a little old too.
They're not
were-
making Friends money, but they're making pretty good
when
dough.
we did the Warner Brothers tour, they were there at their stage doing rehearsal or something. And let me tell you, their cars
Nice cars, huh?
very nice. Yeah, they're not. They're not
Well, they're
driving-
making $1 million an episode. The three leads.
Before
Well, who are the 4?
all the boys make the same amount.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. But Penny does too. Mm-hmm. Oh, so
But-
it was just Bernadette and Amy that
Yeah.
were making like $100,000 an episode.
Yeah,
or
but
something.
all the boys are big money now. So, but Steve is not wrong about that. Like,
No, they're making
They're
them.
making some money, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about Friends money. Just not factoring in inflation. But yeah,
Well,
that's
And
what they were
at
making.
least
here.
Big Bang is funny. Friends.
Friends had some moments. I mean, I was not
I
a
wouldn't
fan.
know.
I didn't watch
Friends was hilarious.
Seinfeld
Yeah?
either.
not as funny as Seinfeld, but
I didn't watch either one of those. They come on every once in a while, and it's
You know
on.
what, man? Seinfeld was one that it was. You know what, guys? I gotta be honest. I was busy getting laid and shit back
Right.
then. I was
I was a
partying.
little busy.
I sure as fuck wasn't at home watching fucking.
That's how I miss
TV,
Friends
dude.
too. I didn't watch Friends.
I didn't
for
watch
that reason.
Seinfeld until way after. I didn't start watching Seinfeld until probably 99, 2000, and that was in rerun.
yeah, but you've watched it at this point.
I've seen a few.
I mean, you got to figure. I started watching it 16 years ago, but it was already off the air by the time I started watching it.
That's fair enough. I mean,
know.
that's totally fair enough. So, on a scale of 1 to 5 capes, how many capes would you give?
Oh, it's
Power?
one for sure. It's shit, but it's fun. And you know what? I even posted like after the second episode, I'm like, this is a really fun show, and it'll be dead before the first season's over. You know, it's not enough that I don't think people are going to get it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think you got to be a really big comic book fan to get it.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what's coming up here. So, you guys excited about Iron Fist at all? Netflix
yeah.
Iron Fist. It's coming
Not
out.
I'm
Really?
so over. You know what? I finally finished Luke Cage. It took me about 4 months to get through all of it. You know, I watched like the first half, and once they killed what's his name, Cottonmouth or whatever, I pretty much checked out. I'm like, okay, I'm over this. Came back because I had a little time, and it was pretty good. But man, it's really heavy-handed. You know, it got a little preachy for me. It was okay.
So, for all you listeners at home, Chris is saying he does not like the blacks. I believe that's what.
No, it wasn't even that, man.
Welcome to Trump America.
I just feel, you know, that's not true. I'm a blues singer, for God's sake.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. No, I just.
That's
I
why.
felt
That's why I haven't
Ken
watched.
said he's got black friends.
dude, all my heroes are black. So, no, I felt like
Send all complaints to. Chris.
You know what, man? Like,
it just missed something to me.
is what it kind of feels to me is like, or we're really, we're making great shows here, but we're trying to take some of our B and C listers and
Right.
trying to make some interesting shit with them. It might be a little forced. We'll see.
Oh, but Jessica Jones was so good.
I wouldn't know. I didn't like women, so I didn't watch it.
I got a buddy. I've got a friend who fucking could not. He's like, dude, it took 3 attempts to get through fucking Jessica Jones.
What are you talking about? That was David Tennant's in that.
Holy
shit! He was amazing.
You know,
that's the best one. It was better than Daredevil.
This is somebody who's really into the whole genre. You know,
but
so,
doesn't like women.
Yeah, that's fucking it exactly.
Steve could not roll his eyes any further back than he just did right now.
No, but you know what? The early buzz on Iron Fist is that it's just the worst of all of the Netflix stuff. All the Netflix superhero stuff.
Well,
I think it's kind of a dumb
I'll give
concept.
it a peek. You know,
I'll watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
Just so I know.
If it's entertaining, I'll enjoy it. But I mean, look, at this point,
it's karate, dude. Come on.
Well, it should be kung fu. It should not be
Whatever.
karate. But,
it's martial arts. Karate.
Well, I
don't care how much he fucking waxes on and waxes off.
Like,
I don't want to see that shit.
Look at fucking, you know, like what is the AMC show?
Oh my God!
the
Into the
Badlands.
fucking
Into the Badlands. You know, like,
doldrums.
I gotta tell you, man, if that fucking came out probably
15 years ago?
15 years ago, man, that'd have been just the hottest fucking
Crouching
thing.
Tiger, like right around then.
Yeah,
I can't believe it's
Crouching
still
Tiger
on.
and Tiger Hidden Penis.
Yeah.
Fucking, people have been all about it, dude. But everybody's kind of like, meh. I mean, it's. I think it's got enough ratings to get it through into another season, which is
it's coming out. Yeah,
but
I was surprised as hell to hear that. I thought it was dead.
Well,
I thought it was too.
Don't you feel like, I mean, just as sort of like viewers, like we're not as interested in sort of the dance of the kung fu anymore. Like that, like was.
You know, I think it goes in waves. Like anything, I think it has its, you know.
But it
we
seems
got John
like
Wick, dude.
Yeah,
Why do we need that bullshit?
Well, it seems like all the fighting in movies has sort of gone towards the MMA world now. Like it's all about like grips and hand locks and like fucking breaking arms and noses and shit like that. Like taking out an opponent as opposed to like well choreographed stuff. You know, it's like every time people bitch about the prequels lightsaber fights, it's like, oh, they're jumpy hoppy, and I'm like, it's fucking badass.
I actually
dude.
like that.
I've never complained about the fights.
That is not true. You totally have.
No, I have not. That's the only thing that's savable about those movies.
I'm pretty sure
the fights are dope as hell. Maybe the
I'm
Yoda
sorry. So
thing.
what you're saying is you do like the prequels?
I like the fight sequences.
It's just I want to hear you say I like the prequels because I enjoy the fight scenes.
I like the fight sequences
No.
in spite of the larger
say I like,
flawed narrative.
Say I like the prequels.
I would like the prequels if they had more fight sequences and less bullshit.
All right, eat a dick. All right, I can't even give me my moments.
If you could take Hayden Christensen out and just have everybody else, it'd be okay.
I personally feel that we'll see it come back.
I thought you were going to say Will Smith.
We'll see it come back again in our lifetime, but just something about it right now is just not that time.
No.
It's not the time for that show.
And speaking of Will Smith, did you see somebody recently posted a thing where it's
Holy shit, I know exactly what you're talking about.
What am I talking about, Steve?
He went bungee cord jumping recently.
This is not what I'm talking about, but go ahead, please.
Oh, okay.
No, continue on. I want to hear about this.
While he is upside down and laughing, he looks
Yes. Okay, then yes.
like
Uncle
the guy
Phil.
who played his uncle in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He looks kind of fat, a little old.
Yep.
Get out.
With a big old grin on his fucking face.
He looked just like Uncle Phil, and I'm like,
there you go, Uncle Phil.
Fresh Prince reboot. Like, let's do it.
Somebody put us side by side, and I was like, holy shit, he does. Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm in. So, okay, so I guess so we're interesting as good as the Marvel shows have been on Netflix, a very tepid response to like what we're. I mean, I'm with you, Steve. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
I don't trust.
I just feel it's kind of one of those BC characters from the universe that they're trying to fucking blow some life into and make some stories. Maybe they'll come up with some interesting stories. I mean, listen, if they got the writers, if they got the directors, and they got some good acting going on, I mean, they could produce something fucking pretty cool. Because I got to tell you, man, I was never a big Daredevil fan ever.
No.
I wasn't a
but
fan.
you are now.
I am now. I
Right?
wasn't a fan of the comics. Mm-hmm. Okay, I sure as fuck wasn't a fan of the Ben Affleck.
He's always been
movie.
Batman light. That's why.
Yes.
Yeah,
And he's blind.
I just never got the whole character. I just didn't care. But man, when Netflix came out with their show, I was blown away by how good it was. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean that's all you can do. I've kind of reached the point of saturation, and I think that's partly what happened for me with Luke Cage. As much as I love that character, he was great in Jessica Jones. He was one of the best parts of the season. But I just felt like,
I enjoyed the
through.
shit out of Luke Cage, and I loved it was.
I dug the blaxploitation vibe to it.
I love blaxploitation movies. I think they're fun. They're just
right.
something goofy about them. They're the reason you like Tarantino movies, you know, because you're that bass line comes in and the way it's shot and it's the feeling of all the characters. That's what I was like. Every moment of Luke Cage felt like if Tarantino had ever directed a fucking Marvel show, this is as close as I can get to it, you know. But we'll see. We'll see about Iron Fist. But let's
All I know is at the end of Luke Cage, when the guy is innocent, they have the proof.
Steve hasn't watched it.
He's
yet.
not gonna watch that shit.
You might.
You gonna watch Luke Cage? He ain't gonna watch it. They fucking take him away to jail. How you gonna take the innocent black man to jail at the end of the movie or the end of the season?
Who, Luke Cage?
Yes.
Because he's keeping him down, Chris.
Motherfucker found the evidence at the end of it, but they still take him to jail. They couldn't extend it 2 minutes and say, "Look what I found."
Well, he had also done a lot of illegal shit up until
Chris
that point.
can't understand this because of his privilege, or so I've been told.
I just felt like we've gone through this journey. Cut the motherfucker a break. He's proved his innocence. They've got the evidence. The guy at the shop, the barber shop, had it. Couldn't you give us another 30 seconds? Say, look what I found. Luke's innocent.
Why does he got to talk like fucking Uncle Tom over there?
I'm out. I'm done. That was my own voice. I wasn't doing a voice.
Fucking, I think we're just gonna have to wait and see the next season. Apparently,
of course,
right?
of course.
There's story building here, man.
How are you gonna do that to him at the end?
Because
I know. I get it's a statement. I get it. Because heroes can wear hoodies too. That was a line from it. I'm like, come on.
God.
No, it was awesome.
I was like, oh my
great.
God, could you
so
beat us
good.
over the head?
It was so great.
It was not great.
You just shut up.
Let's take
Why don't you
something
go? Why
that's
don't you go
really
watch
cool
Jessica
and-
Jones again and fucking touch your labia? All right.
It was like, you know what I've learned? That's how it felt to me. It's like, we don't need them. We get it. You don't have to hit us over the head
It's
with
like
it.
the more you know. Bum, bum,
Totally,
bum,
that's
bum.
what it felt like to me.
All right.
And then they send the man back to jail.
They did
Give
send
me
the
a
man back to
fucking
jail.
break.
They're probably the same people who wrote that MTV commercial, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't care. Okay, we gotta talk some Walking Dead here.
Yes.
So it's been a while. We're back now in the second half of the season. I don't think we podcasted right after the first episode. I think that's the first or second episode. And since then, we have been on some adventures. So
Told ya.
Now, wait, before you launch into that, did you pick up the 25-cent issue?
I did not.
You didn't get it?
I haven't been to the comic book
Dude,
store.
I bought it. I was going to get another one.
I haven't been to the comic book
Fucking
store.
guy who couldn't
I know.
understand the
I know.
reasoning
No,
behind the whole
Here's
thing.
why. I didn't care about it, but then I saw the cover. And you have
Cover's-
a bunch of zombies, and you got Mr. Rick's claw in the middle of the zombies reaching up. And I'm like, motherfuckers, did they kill off Rick? They totally got me.
That's what they wanted you to
They
think.
totally wanted me to think
But
that.
they did not kill off
fuck,
Rick.
man.
And for 25 cents, I'll find out.
Did you buy 4 issues and
No.
just fucking drop $1? You cheap fuck.
No, but I bought the trade paperback of the previous 5 issues.
It's good though.
Oh yeah,
The Whisperer War is
Whisperer
actually
War
a
was
good.
pretty good.
It's a good fucking run, dude.
The whole Negan thing is great. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh man, he gets yes, so good.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Negan's part of the regular continuity now.
Oh yeah.
He's not just locked away. Now he's helping them fight in the Whisperer War.
Oh.
Good stuff, dude. So much so that at the end of it, it's literally it's been years since they had their battle and all, and it's it's Alexandria has been overrun by a zombie horde. Not just
Thousands,
tens of literally Rick's there's in the shot it's literally zombies as far as the eye can see.
It's like fucking, where are they in Alexandria,
Right.
Virginia?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
a city just let out.
Right.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But it's so many zombies that it's they can't even divert the herd. And so it just overruns Alexandria. And so they all basically, oh my God, they finally got smart, Steve. They all run to their houses,
Right.
which are all pre-fortified in case anything fucking goes down. And Negan and Rick are locked in a house together.
Oh, that's got to be some great conversation.
It is. It's fantastic. And I don't know if
I didn't get that
you
one.
haven't got that one, but
Okay.
it's like it's literally just the two of them. And Negan's like, what do you know, Rick? Like, here we are, just you and me. He's like, at the end, he goes, and everybody else fucking ran away and left you behind when you were, because you're limping, and I went back and grabbed you. Who would have fucking known?
Right.
It's like, and it's so great. And that Negan is the one that saves Rick at the end of the day.
That's fucking something else.
Yeah, so it's a nice turn of events. But back,
All right, so the
back
show.
to the TV show, right?
Okay.
I'm so glad they set up that trip to the camp full of women because, man, that's paid off at this point.
You didn't enjoy.
Oh, I think it's gonna, dude. I'm telling you, man.
It's got to.
Did anybody else catch that fucking scene but me?
With Tara.
Well, when Tara said,
Tara
Rick,
said,
I've got
Right.
something to tell you.
To talk to you about.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think they were gonna. I would still want to know what the fuck happened to Heath. Right? Is
Right.
it Heath?
He's on 24 Legacy right now, so he will
Right.
not be coming back to the
is
show
that what
proper.
He's on right now? Okay,
Yeah.
so I was like, "Fuck, man, did he get eaten?"
Well, I think he's going to show up
they
again
like-
after
they like
24 is done.
24's got to go
Listen,
away.
They like to
That
wrap
shit's
shit
over.
up. I mean, look, they brought the penguin in,
Right.
and then they kill his fucking ass
Right.
a couple
Right.
episodes later. You know,
I'm still
so-
waiting for us to run into the Mexican family from season 1 that like
that Daryl saved in the car.
Yeah.
That they took
No.
off.
The ones
the very
from
beginning.
very, very season 1 that are like,
said we got to go on our own.
We're gonna go on our own.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like, wouldn't it be a fucking trip if that dude and his wife showed up again, or just that dude and he had like Morganed it like after all this time, or like had one kid left or something?
Right,
Like
right.
I would want to see. I'm curious because it's like
Right.
not that we were gonna believe they survived per se.
They should go to Mexico.
They should. Oh my god, if they showed
They
up on
could
Fear the Walking
yes,
Dead,
they could end up on Fear. I wouldn't.
Fucking show still.
I
fucking-
wouldn't
is it
know
coming
'cause
out
I ain't
again?
watching it,
I tell
but
you, I walked. On
I
that
gave
fucking
up.
Shit.
I gave up.
don't
I'll
know
be
where
back
they're
for
at.
season 3,
No,
man.
I had 3
It's like-
episodes taped. I just.
It's like
deleted
watching
them.
a snuff film. It's so fantastic.
No,
My time is a fucking premium. These
right.
days. I mean, look,
I gave up.
Look
I
how
don't
often
ever
I'm
give
like,
up.
no, I haven't watched that. I haven't watched that. Why not? Because I'm fucking still watching Cars 1 and 2. Okay? Holy shit. Now they know what fucking Netflix is. It's fucking awesome. And they never want to watch this, like, can we just watch fucking 3 hours of Power Rangers? No, fuck that. Every 22 minutes, we got to put it on something fucking different. And then I got to remember who picked the last fucking thing.
Oh, jeez.
Because they fight about it.
No, you need like
Dude.
you need the spirit stick. Who picked the last one? They've got the
Yeah,
spirit stick.
No shit.
It needs to be a crown or something. They can wear the crown. They picked the show for this time.
Holy crap.
What are you watching on Netflix with them?
Power Rangers.
The conch.
Oh, you're watching Power Rangers
Power
for sure.
Rangers. What else?
That movie's
I told
coming.
I told him I'd take him to see the movie.
Do we care about the Power Rangers?
I
do
absolutely
not.
dude. I sit there and watch a show with them, and I'm going, this fucking sucks. But
Oh, it's
they
so
love
terrible.
it,
Why don't you
dude.
introduce them to the Voltron, the new Voltron, dude? They'd love the shit out of that, and it's watchable for you as an adult.
Was it animated?
Yeah.
I think I've watched some of it with them.
It's like so watchable as an adult, like in their
They're
half
way
hours.
cracked out on this fucking Power Ranger thing.
That's because it's all flashing lights and jumping
Yeah,
creatures.
and then they're
and-
like doing spin kicks and shit on each other, which is actually kind of funny to watch them do. But yeah, I told him I'd take him to see the fucking movie. The only thing I've watched lately myself is I think I'm in the 3rd season of The Man in the High Castle.
that
I gotta
show's
watch
fucking great, dude.
Awesome fucking.
Oh my god,
I
it's
gotta
so
watch
good.
Yeah.
I love alternate history, and as a concept, it's like really
Right.
interesting. So
Real
Now, did
good.
you guys check out Santa Clarita Diet?
we have not.
No,
Nobody's watched it.
I've just heard the
Oh,
name
it's so
bumped
good.
around. I haven't had a chance to check
Now,
any of it out.
you've
yet,
heard me
so.
say before, I freaking hate Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
I cannot stand her.
What?
I think
I've heard
she's
you
one
say
of the
that.
I don't
worst
remember hearing
actresses
this, 'cause I'd be
ever.
like, what?
But she is so good playing opposite Timothy Oliphant. He is brilliant
Yeah.
in Santa Clarita. Like, he makes the whole thing, and she's right there with him.
Well, I'll definitely have to. I mean, it's
You
on
gotta
my
check it
list,
out, dude.
Look, I'm at the point now where I'm so behind on so many things.
Right.
It's just like,
Fucking truth.
it's just like, I
And Fillion's in the first episode.
Oh, fuck, dude. Now you make me want to watch it even more.
Fillian's great in it too.
Dude, I haven't watched hardly any of like my regular shows this year. I've been trying
I'm
to
way
keep
behind.
up.
That's
but-
okay. Like I just discovered that I even had Amazon Prime.
Oh,
nice.
Like I got Amazon Prime about a year and a half ago to get the fucking free shipping when
Right.
I'm ordering packages.
Same
and
here,
shit,
right? Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention that I was getting fucking TV for it. And for those of you who don't know out there, I work for the cable company. I have everything already.
Right.
Okay. And we have fucking Netflix. So I just didn't really give a shit. But I've been wanting to watch Sicario
It's so good, dude.
for
The movie?
like, yeah,
Oh, that was pretty good.
for like 6 months.
That's
I've been
good,
wanting
dude.
to fuck see this goddamn movie.
Did you like it?
Holy shit, I fucking love that movie.
Yeah,
That
the
was
movie's dope.
so good,
with,
dude.
Benicio
Benicio
what's
del
it-
Toro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, he's like a-
what's her name?
The girl.
Yeah, from Edge of Tomorrow or whatever.
That's fucking what she was in.
And Devil Wears Prada. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
She was in Devil Wears Prada?
Yeah, she was
she-
the secretary.
She was the secretary
Oh,
that worked
okay.
with Anne Hathaway.
Oh,
I only
alright.
know that because my wife watches that
I
movie
watch
on
that
fucking
movie.
repeat.
Listen, I'll watch it. Dude, Anne Hathaway is fucking hot.
Ah.
I'll watch that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me pump the brakes on this conversation. Let's
Okay.
go back to Walking Dead.
All right,
where we
Walking Dead.
started.
Where were we? Yeah.
Well, at least I tried to bring it back with Santa Clarita.
No,
Diet,
I got
because it
you.
is
I got
zombies.
you. So, but like, we've had a lot of episodes with some sort of mixed results. I'd say at this
Right,
point.
right. There's some dumb shit going on.
Okay, we need to have a fucking serious conversation about the experimental theater company that Rick
Ugh,
ran across.
Fuck. This is the time on Sprockets when we go on the up.
So,
What the hell were they thinking?
Look, at a certain point, I kind of like it because The Walking Dead has become somewhat predictable in certain instances. Like, like what I'm going to get. And coming across, like, first we came across, like, the island of Lesbos, you know,
Right.
with the no men. And then you came across...
Simple Jack.
Never go full retard, Chris. Never go full retard.
I was like, what the hell is going on with these people?
Dude.
Like, it's only been
Okay.
a couple of years, right?
It's been like, okay, but if you go along Carl's sort of like your baseline for how many
Right.
years have passed. So you got to figure it's been about 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So, but they walk into this like junkyard, and then the people come in and do like this very elaborate choreographed.
It was the flash mob. Okay, you guys ready? You ready? All right. Put on that Mega Trainer song.
I
Let's
was
go.
like, what kind of fucking duck goose shit are they fucking doing right now, man? Well, the best part is like the episode right before that ends with like you don't see them, but Rick and his group
Right.
see them, and
And
Rick gets this huge smile on his
Right.
face. Why?
Because they were doing...
Because he's laughing his ass off because this fucking chick's hair
Right. Right.
is fucking it's tragic. I mean, fuck, man. I mean, just because it's the end of the world doesn't mean we don't have to fucking like keep up appearances a little bit. I mean, you're supposed to be the leader of this fucking group. You got to look like and talk. You got to look and talk like an asshole.
Why do they?
Yeah, why do they talk like assholes?
Why do they? Why
It's
do
only been a few years. Like, how did they devolve so quickly?
they sound like the fucking kids from Thunderdome? Like they're like, we're gonna take you a time in the way back. like the whole. I'm watching it and I'm like, why would they talk that way?
Going to Neverland.
It's
oh my god,
Hi, Chris.
fucking hair, dude. Nice bowl.
furthermore,
it's like a mullet with a bowl cut mixed in it.
furthermore, okay, I get like they're wearing a lot of uniform black and gray. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, they
and it's
are.
all like haphazardly sewn together. Like they look like they're living in a different apocalypse than everybody else, you know? Like they're
Well-
just like, we live here in the dump and
Yeah, we've had a lot of time to organize this trash into fucking David Bowie's The Labyrinth.
It is the labyrinth.
Okay.
Look at their fucking
and,
clothes.
And in the center of our trash labyrinth, we've got a very scary, spiky zombie troll creature.
So they don't have the ability to speak regular English anymore because they're some sort of German nihilists, like from the Big Lebowski.
Gonna do a derivative dance. Holy shit! That's what they were doing. We're sprockets.
But they still have the ability to weld things together, apparently.
right.
Like,
And onto a moving
they're
creature.
like she's like, put zombie on chair. Maybe she was just Russian and we didn't know it this whole time.
Oh, dude, it's so stupid. You know what? I Googled to look at the picture of their clothes. It is fucking stupid. Like, there are random patches where clothes would not wear. Like, I could see on your knees, but like right down the side. Like, what the hell would you have done that would cause a tear
That's
there?
a fucking lazy costuming is what it is.
Well, and then second, like, there's so many things about the apocalypse I can buy into, but I cannot buy into the fact that there is like upwards of 45 people living in a dump that apparently don't have normal fucking everyday conversations anymore.
Right.
Like, hey, Jim, how are you? I go to Up. Like, at what point, like, to lose your language takes a lot. And, like, these people...
Dude, Tom Hanks was on an island for 5 years and he still talked to a fucking volleyball.
yeah, you got a whole group of fucking people here.
Right.
You know, there's no need to talk like asshole.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
It's the new language of the Walking Dead universe. You speak asshole.
You know what that was? That was the first, like... The first kind of idea that you would see on Fear the Walking Dead that has now found its way into the show proper, that somebody pitched and they're like, there'll be a group, all right? So
You know what? I'm looking at them on top of the fucking Up, all right? And you know what I'm fucking seeing here? I'm seeing somebody fucking sitting there. They're in the fucking... They're in the writer's room.
Right.
They're bouncing ideas off each other and they're just getting high. You know, they just smoked up some really good medical grade marijuana. And they're like, you know what, man? I really liked fucking Vulcans.
Right.
Oh, right.
Like, look at their haircut. Look at like their expressions on their faces.
Can we talk about the fact that in the apocalypse she also has time to dye her hair 2 tones as well?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Terrible asymmetric cut. I hate it. It offends me.
Right.
I can't stand it. And you're right. Their fucking outfits.
It's not a logical place where you would put a patch. What the
People still in Virginia? Isn't it get fucking hot as fuck there? Like, why are
Right.
you wearing this? I don't understand.
Why do you have a full trench coat?
Why you're
Like,
wearing your fucking your patchwork London fog?
They raided the nearby monastery.
It's because the hair. It started with the hair, and then it led to asshole talk and
She's
asshole
like, you.
clothing.
Yeah, but they're almost like it's like bad Native Americans from like a 40s or 50s Western, where it's like, you bring guns.
I'm telling you, they were
we
just
go
like,
to Up.
They're sitting there
Right.
fucking. They're making up all these communities, and they just. I think they just fucking ran out of ideas.
Well, I think the problem, like for me,
they fucking called this one in. I hate this group.
I
hope
do
they
too,
get fucking
and I think
killed.
they're gonna get slaughtered. My only hope is that they're not somehow gonna become like the fucking next enemy, essentially. Like they're not setting them up to be.
I don't think they're that cool.
No, I think
We-
somebody shit on the idea that they were the Whisperers.
Good. I hope so.
Yeah.
I feel like it's funny because it's like I can buy into the kingdom because for Ezekiel's reasoning, like he's like, look, I'm giving these people hope. It's a game. I know it's a game.
Right, yeah.
Like, but it's the only game that can keep fucking people sane.
Makes sense.
right?
Sure,
Like
sure.
I'll buy into that. Like
Yeah,
sure. Like
I'm
give me a
with it.
fucking sword and like we look if we're-
BMX clothes.
we all fucking it's like I've got armor, I've got a fucking battle axe, you know, me and my fucking Hawaiian friend over here that's eating pie or some shit. We're gonna
I got a fucking
Why,
tiger.
why big man got to be eating a whole fucking pie?
but it's
What are they
like,
trying to say?
Fucking Jerry, man. You want to
Leave
put the
Jerry.
fucking strudel down, Jerry? Fuck.
Hey, we got some business, bad boy.
Right.
but it's like
He's up on the strudel. Oh shit!
But it's like I can't fucking buy into the fucking pseudo nihilist dance group that
Yeah.
comes out and they're like,
so
They
lame.
suck, man.
and it was just like they came out and immediately I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Right.
Am I being punked? Did I illegally download the wrong copy of The Walking Dead? Did somebody
Definitely
splice something together?
Of the communities introduced to us this season, definitely my least favorite ever. And that goes back to the Terminus people. That goes back to the
governor.
governor.
But you could buy into the Terminus people,
I
right?
could buy into every group that they've shown
Except
us,
for this group.
one, dude. This
Except
is
for the junkyard people.
The junkyard people suck. They could have done better. You know
You know what it was too? I think if you just take away the fucking the douche speak,
Really, that's it.
Like, if you take that away and her goofy ass haircut,
You know, had they take away the goof speak and the shitty haircut, and maybe I would have probably, and it always goes back to this, I probably would have Road Warriored them up a little bit.
Wouldn't that have made more
know,
sense?
That they're making this armor out of their found materials.
Well, they
and
did it to the
stuff.
fucking zombie in the pit up next to the up.
Yeah, like so that's kind of cool. Like, you know, over here you got the kingdom. You know, it's like
Right.
you know they busted in the Big Five. They fucking scored all their hockey gear.
Right.
Cool. Like it makes sense, but it makes
does
sense.
make
It's
sense.
like okay,
It does.
we got to protect ourselves and shit. You know, and you've got the kind of the saviors doing this whole fucking like MC thing. You know, for those of you who don't know, that's Motorcycle Club. And then you have the
oh, really? I thought you were going Masters of Ceremony. They're like,
Yes.
wigga, what?
right.
Motocross.
And then you've got the penis envy group over there. You know, so
The island of Lesbos, of
yes.
course. Yes.
And all these groups make sense and they look cool, and you got these fucking dimwits.
You know what it is? It's all the fucking rejects from the local theater club.
And then they're like, "Oh,
that's who it is.
We want more guns." Hey, fuck you. This is the pretty good, you know.
63 guns is a good score, dude.
Oh, fuck yeah, no. Do they work? Bitch, do you know how to use it? How about start with that?
Do you understand you can fire from up?
Yeah.
Guns, more guns. Yeah, I just, oh my lord.
Yeah,
that was
they were
it was
frustrating.
it was so weird how tragically goofy that fucking episode was, but not in a good way. And then like the rest of the season is actually like the episode right after that where it was like or I guess before that with Rick and Michonne.
Right.
It was right after that.
Right
the one right after that was fucking fantastic. Like just the two of them out on the road,
Great
like
episode.
falling through the fucking roof, you know.
Yeah, how many times are they going to fucking do that?
Well,
You're on a wet,
it's
decaying
the
roof.
second time, so
Jesus.
But it makes-
How many times do you have to do it?
But it makes sense,
yes.
though.
That
yes.
did not
I
make
mean,
sense.
How else?
Sure,
That
yeah.
made as much sense as people not using a fucking spear. Like shooting guns
Listen,
still.
man, these little you know, structures that we've built here, man, they need to be maintained. And if they're not
That's
being
my
maintained,
point.
that's what I thought was kind of cool.
They
is like,
know this. This is the second time they've fallen through
Yeah,
a
but that
fucking hole
happened-
in
it
the
was
roof.
funny because
Okay.
he even told her, "Watch your step." Like he knew. Like,
But Rick
right.
Rick was there when they
And
fell
they
through.
land on mattresses.
Yeah, but that's why it was like, dude, the whole episode was great, all right? Except for the weird CG
It's
deer
kind
at
of
the
one of
end.
those buddy cop things.
Yeah.
yeah. I dug that episode.
That episode was fun because it also
I like
was
the
like
episode, but that moment I'm like, what the fuck are they
Oh, you
doing
didn't like
up there?
the deer.
that was janky CG. Like that was
It's funny, man. I listened to Joe Rogan podcast, and it's the one thing he fucking hates about The Walking Dead. He talks shit about it. He's like, these fucking things move slow as fuck, and they're gonna catch a horse. Like, do you know what a fucking horse would do something? You know, like this smash those fucking zombies to pieces. It just get the fuck away. There's
Right.
no way you're gonna catch a fucking horse. Same with a deer. I mean, you know how fucking hard it would be to catch a fucking deer like that?
like by your hands.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna happen.
No fucking way,
No.
dude. There's no fucking way. Especially these fucking things.
Well, and then they tried to like that was the one like they tried to sell like Rick, it's Rick. No, not Rick. And you're like, it's
Right,
not fucking
right.
Rick. We all know it's not Rick, all right?
Yeah.
You dumb. but I did like the fact that they were like I love the fact that Michonne and Rick are so badass at this point that there are literally 40 zombies around them and they're like, no big deal.
You know what was great is that they actually showed some real thought into handle these fuckers in this last weekend's episode with Carol.
Yeah, right?
You know?
Brilliant. How many months are we complaining about this shit? They finally like listen to somebody?
Right. I mean, or even in the episode, remember when we first experienced Morgan? He's taken over that part of that town.
Right.
Oh, dude.
And he's made
Clear,
all those like
season 3, yeah.
Yeah, he's made all those like traps where they're just kind of like spearing themselves into.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
for
Like,
sure.
That stuff kind of makes sense in this world, you know. You would think that you would start to maybe do this a little bit more often, but no, we still got to get all up close and personal with the knife to their head.
Right.
Well, I mean, but that was like for me, like one of the nice things about what Rick and Michonne planned. Like they were like, "Oh, I can stand behind this rail,
Yeah.
and this fucking safety rail will hold back, 10 of them,
Yeah.
and I can just sit here and swat them one at a time, So it was just like there were so many nice like. It just was, and it was funny too because at a certain point, they like when they got overconfident with the car, they're like planning it out, and they're like, we'll do
Yeah.
this, we'll do this. And then when he gets to the car and that fucking soldier is like stuck through the windshield and he's like tearing it apart
yeah.
one leg at a time. Like all that was and it's funny because at no point where you're like, okay, this is more like an annoyance for them
Yeah.
than actual danger, which was great because when it went south, suddenly you're like, okay, now they're fucked. Like she's in the trunk, he's stuck in the car, surrounded by zombies.
Yeah.
Like they've got some problems,
And see, once again, it always goes back to the great thing about this type of zombie versus the ones that fucking run like a cougar is because, listen, there's just so many. You'll get over fucking whelmed with
Right.
numbers.
That's the whole point of zombies.
Yeah, they don't have to be fucking jumping over the fences and running across the cars and
Right.
shit, dude. Like,
The
you
zombies
get
are a metaphor.
You get 12, 13, 15, 20, 100, 1,000 of these
Yeah.
things, and you just fucking get overwhelmed.
Yep. So I mean, what's been, but I mean, I feel like that was like a nice correction, and then I felt like this last week's episode, I fucking loved this last week's episode.
Right.
Like it was, I mean, it
They
was
telegraphed a few things.
a little, but
Come on.
I thought Richard was gonna get killed. I thought they were gonna shoot Richard. Like they had.
I knew it was going to
right.
be fucking young Heath Ledger.
Yeah, but I think
just knew it.
Here's the thing: I thought it was going to be both of them. I thought they both were going to get taken out at that moment. I did not
Like
think
he would step in and end up getting shot.
Yeah,
too.
like-
I didn't think they would shoot the kid instead.
Yeah. So, but
they'd set us up really well for that.
well, and then it was like the absurdity of the fact that all this went down over 12 cantaloupes.
Over one cantaloupe.
Well, but I mean the fact. Well, once again, I mean I take issue and umbrage with the only thing is the gasoline situation at this point because apparently we can waste as much fucking gasoline to make a 12 cantaloupe drop as possible. Like and let's not take a fuel efficient vehicle.
Yeah.
Let's take
A
this
panel truck.
Yeah, and then
Let's get the steak bed.
and why are they all fucking riding in the back of the panel truck the first time but not the second time? Like the inconsistencies on certain things
Right.
kind of drive me nuts. So. But apparently fuel is no longer an issue in the kingdom only.
Well, I mean, how many people are driving cars at this point?
I'd always kind of heard that after
Gas goes bad.
X amount of time, gas actually only has a shelf life of
2 years.
a couple of years or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
So I mean the gas. I mean I can let go of that, but it just seems like it's like we've forgotten about. That was such a struggle at a certain point, if you
Yeah.
remember.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then now it's like everybody fucking drives everywhere, no problem.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And the kingdom, like one of the things in the comic book is the kingdom had no working fuel. Like they only had horses. Like that was one of
Right.
their big things. Like we have horses.
Like even when they first encountered them,
the guy was
the
riding
guys
a horse.
were on a horse. Yeah.
So like, but it's like apparently we've got cars.
yeah.
And don't really need the horses, so
Right.
because we can make this fucking drop apparently, which is like right outside where they are. Why do they need to drive there? But anyways,
And like the first few drops were pretty substantial. I remember, in the back of the car. Looked like
yeah.
it was a bit more
And then
than-
this one was 12
we got 12
cantaloupe.
cantaloupes.
The agreed upon drop for this week was 12 cantaloupes. So, but I felt for Richard. Like I really felt for Richard. Like. Because like he's the one guy that like we can fucking do this,
Right.
Like he's pushing it forward, like by any means necessary. I'm willing to sacrifice myself for the greater good.
Yeah.
Fuck the saviors, and at the end of the day, like I kind of was not happy that Morgan choked him out. Like I get why,
Yeah.
and he did it because it regained their trust, which is exactly what Richard had laid out for him. But I was like, I wanted to see them go to war with Richard. Like, I wanted Richard to get his fucking revenge on
Yeah.
these assholes. Yeah. And now it's like, I'm kind of been robbed of that, But I guess Morgan, who's going back to Crazy Town. will get his-
Morgan's in
his
Crazy
revenge.
Town, dude.
Right.
So,
How great was that moment at the end, though? Like, fucking finally sharpening the stick.
Yeah.
It only took us 3 seasons to get to this point. But
well, I can't wait till he runs through fucking that jackass, the long-haired jackass guy.
Right.
Oh God. Yeah.
Just
Yeah. It's
cannot
gonna be
wait.
good. When we start seeing the saviors getting theirs, there's gonna be a lot of people.
yeah, but we can't
It's-
kill
it's-
off all the saviors.
No, they won't. But there'll be
They won't.
enough.
We need
that-
'em.
There'll be enough. It'll feel like we're watching Game of Thrones.
Right.
Well, I think that's why they expanded like how many saviors there were by so much. Like there's not this many saviors in the comic book. Like there just isn't.
Yeah.
Like there's maybe a couple hundred, 300. And this feels like there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them.
Oh, I didn't get that feel.
They've already like when you go to at the compound it was one thing, but they keep going, they've got all these satellites. And they went to that first satellite and they wiped out like 30 to 40 people.
Yeah.
if you remember. So
Yeah,
if they've
that was
got
a lot of
multiple satellites around,
Yeah.
it's like, and it just and also in the wonderful world of Hollywood, like you're seeing different extras all the time,
Yeah.
So it just feels like there's so many of them. Like, who are all these people,
Right.
So, and then I don't like Alexandria feels like there's like 8 people left at Alexandria at this point.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like not a whole lot left for you, thanks to Negan. And
You never really got a feel of a lot of people at the hilltop.
no, although
You know.
there should be a ton of people there,
Yeah.
but it's like they're.
There's the blacksmith.
Why's he got to be a blacksmith? Why can't he just be a white? Or
Always comes back. To
always
that,
does,
doesn't it?
always does. Just for me on this episode, weirdly. All right, but yeah, man. I mean, I think we've got 3 episodes left.
Something like that.
We're getting-
We ain't getting more, that's
I
for
haven't-
sure.
I fucking told you weren't, man. They're gonna drag
I said that
this
early
shit
on,
out,
but-
dude.
I thought we'd be done with this shit by the end of the season, but
No
they're gonna
way,
stretch it
man.
out, man.
They got ratings to make, and they're gonna get them.
We haven't had enough Negan. When my 10-year-old
Exactly.
is saying, "I miss Negan," we need some more of
Well, that fucking episode with Eugene.
Oh.
Also, your song was in that episode again.
Yeah.
Your fucking Easy Street. I love that it was
yeah,
in
dude.
Eugene's fucking record player. And of course, he turned it on and enjoyed it. Also, they have power at the factory
Yeah.
enough that he can just hang out and watch TV and such. So,
He's been saying, man, your life's gonna get a whole lot cooler.
I got to be honest at this point, like, having been through this adventure with Rick and them, I don't know why you just wouldn't, like, jump on board with Negan and them as it is. Like, they seem to have their shit together. And, like,
Right.
like when you're alternative, I mean, like, the Kingdom seems to have their shit together, but then you have, like, it's like you either can be, like, one of these communities that has your shit together, or you can be the people in the up. Like, it's like where, it's like, maybe I'm just, it's lost on me, but, like, your desire to fucking, like, it's still all, it goes, no, it goes,
Easy Street.
we don't have the rights to that one either. It all goes back to that moment when Rick agreed to fucking kill the Saviors.
Well, no, it actually went back. It started when the Saviors stopped Daryl and Abraham and Sasha on the road,
Yeah, but I mean, I guess
and that's because they were going to kill somebody right then. They were going to do what they do, and one of you is going to die.
I guess that's
Because
right.
that's how we make our point. And then Daryl fucking blew him up.
That was great with that rocket.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
It was one of the greatest scenes in the fucking show. Dude.
You're just like, oh,
so that was the beginning of it. I mean, eventually they'd be found. Eventually they're gonna find them.
It just, once again, it just doesn't seem like the Saviors are such bad guys. That's all I'm saying. Like, on the show, like, they do some fucked up things, but when you think about all the fucked up things Rick has done, they're not that much far removed from what Rick
doesn't
and
burn
them.
people's faces with the iron.
That's cool. Rick just gutted a guy at a town hall meeting that was smacking his wife around.
That's,
So
you're living in the world where the dead stood up and started walking around and fucking eating people.
yeah, I mean, burning somebody with a hot iron, that's medieval. I like it.
So
Good
some
stuff.
things just kind of got thrown them to the wayside.
Yeah, but you also got to bring back, like,
I've
corporal
always-
punishment becomes important in that situation.
I've always said it from the beginning. I mean, you are going to have, in a world like this, the cream of the crop are coming to the top, okay? The real son of a bitches who are going to get shit done. Like the Dales. So we talked about this in season 2. The Dales weren't meant for this world
No,
anymore.
not really.
Know? And the people who were, like Carol's, have evolved into,
right.
well, she kind of encountered her counterpart at the Savior,
Yeah.
safe house and stuff. I mean, these are people who were at one time mothers and wives and stuff, and now I've killed so many people I don't even remember anymore, and it just doesn't even faze me anymore.
I'm so glad Carol's back, dude.
Yeah.
She ain't surviving the season, dude.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I don't
Man,
think they kill off Carol.
I thought they were killing her fucking.
Well, let's take a moment.
And-
Who have they killed off big time this year? Like in
Holy
this?
shit!
No. Glenn and Abraham went in episode 1.
Yeah, I mean,
And nobody else has really-
Spencer.
Nobody gives a shit about Spencer. Nobody gave a shit about fucking. How are you fat during? Anyway, Yeah, nobody gave a shit about those. Those are B's and C's. You know,
But I think we
we're
lose
talking
Carol this season.
We're talking cast members.
She's so popular, though.
Yeah, but I think it's time. I think her story has run its
I think
course.
you're going to lose Sasha and Rosita.
Well, Sasha for sure. I think Sasha's done. Sasha's going to be done because she's going to the Star Trek show.
God, I hope they don't fucking lose Rosita because, man, they need to bring back those little shorts she wore.
She's annoying, dude.
She is a pain in the ass
She
right
is.
now.
She's
Right now,
just
she
stupid.
is. Before, she wasn't. I don't know. I think they're trying to develop that character, and I'm just not feeling it out of her.
She's just.
It's never been a primary character. She's always been sort of a secondary character. All right, guys. So predictions for the final 3 episodes. What do you guys think is going to end up happening? Do you think we actually like shoot a shot at the governor at Negan this fucking season?
I think they're gonna have a
They already
fucking.
did.
I think they're gonna have a fucking a Dallas moment with that. I think that's gonna end with them taking a shot
And
at
like
him.
who took the shot?
Exactly. Did they hit him? Did they get caught? I think that's how they're going to end the fucking season.
I think they'll go out on the cliffhanger with Michonne. I think they'll do the bit at Alexandria, and they'll try to assassinate the governor, and Michonne will be in the clock tower, and somebody will fall out of the clock tower like it happened in the comic books. And if you're going to do a cliffhanger, I think that's the spot necessarily for the cliffhanger, you know, where it's like, did Michonne survive? I think will be the cliffhanger.
You think it's Michonne? Not Sasha?
No, I think Sasha dies either way.
I don't think Michonne.
I don't think they kill
Michonne
anybody
is up
else
there to me with
in the
Rick.
next 3.
Oh, I don't think you
far
kill
as-
Michonne. I mean, at this point, I guess I'm on board. I don't think you kill Michonne, Rick, or Daryl.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
so I think those are your hardcores.
those are 3 hot characters.
All right, time to transition real quick. John Wick 2 came out, you guys.
Haven't seen it yet. Sorry,
Steve.
Yeah, I know.
I was not at all excited.
If it's
but
any consultation, though, I did watch John Wick 1 the night that
Oh.
John Wick 2 opened up.
Well, John,
then you get it.
what'd you think of Chris and I both saw it. I know because we
Yeah.
talked about it already.
Together.
No, we did not hold hands and spoon and jerk each other off. Although I could have used a good hand job during that movie because it was so fucking awesome. What'd you think of the world building in that movie?
I liked it.
Like it's different.
yeah.
Like this, they do a lot of like Steve, you get like sort of this like what is the world of the assassins like essentially?
We got a taste of it in the first one.
Yeah.
I dug that, like the fucking hotel.
But
That
they
was
really
super
went
cool,
into it
you
on this
know?
one.
Like this one is not about like vengeance. Like the setup, and it's not spoiling anything, but the setup is essentially like John Blood, in order to get out the first time, gave a blood oath to like a mob boss.
It's a marker.
A marker, essentially. Like you, and the guy comes in and calls in, like, you're back. Like this last thing you did, you're back. So I'm calling in the marker, and he's like, I'm not back. You know.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, you're back, and that's not how this works. And so it becomes like the issue about like the bigger, like as far as
The
like
rules.
the rules, the continental, like it's this larger world, you know.
Okay.
And then at a certain point, like he gets a hit put out on him, so it's like all these fucking other hitmen coming after him, like, and it's badass, dude. And like you get like you're like, and literally like at one point you're like, anybody could be a hitman.
Right. And they proved that
Yes.
very quickly.
Yes, like there's some really I don't like it's not even spoiling anything,
Okay.
but there's like anybody could be a fucking hitman.
Right.
And it's like how that develops is so cool, right? And then sort of the idea behind the coins and how they're put into
okay.
circulation a little bit, you know? It's like they mint them, and it's like how that works, and he pays for fucking everything, like, and but like even more so, like there's one really cool point that it once again doesn't spoil anything. He goes to a tailor to get his suit done, and the guy's like, he's like, I'd like to see, you know, what you have in this year's, you know, finest, you know, accessories. And the guy fucking opens up like the secret closet, and there's like this whole wall of fucking Berettas and shit. It's badass, dude. And so, but it's like him sort of in Europe, like getting a hold of all the fucking hitman tools.
Okay.
And how does a hitman travel from country to country and get a gun, you know,
Right.
and get like the weapons he needs. Fucking so, I mean, it's like so unbelievably cool. It just, it's like, and it's like I'm trying not to spoil anything,
Right.
but there's some really, really like if you loved the house sequence in the first one,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
there are some, like there's a sequence in the nightclub There's another nightclub sequence in this one. Fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a sequence in a museum that is the coolest goddamn thing I've ever seen as far as an action flick goes.
All right.
And it's like they get into a hall of mirrors at one point because it's like this, like we're in fucking France, expose type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. And it's like
that kind of got on my nerves, to be honest.
you're a bitch.
The Hall of Mirrors thing, I felt like, what is this fucking Scooby-Doo? What are we doing here? It just,
that was badass, dude.
It was whatever. Do we really need the Hall of fucking Mirrors? It's John Wick. Come on. Like, let him just fight.
He threw a guy through a fucking pane glass, through a bunch of mirrors. It was so
get all
fucking
that,
cool.
but it was like...
He killed the guy with the pencil. It was the fucking coolest thing.
3 guys.
They literally, in the beginning of the movie, are like talking about El Diablo. And they're like, and one guy's like, I heard a story one time that he fucking killed a guy with the pencil. And he's like, it's true.
Yeah.
And in a random fight, he's like, and grabs a pencil and fucking stabs one guy in the neck, fucking takes the next guy and is like, and stabs him. And then the last guy, he sticks the pencil into the drywall and then fucking shoves the guy's head into it.
Fuck yeah.
It was
so
like,
good.
and the whole time I was like, this is the greatest movie ever. Like, it's, and that still ruined nothing.
Yeah, right.
Just so you know.
Right.
Like, it's.
Yeah, I thought it was super cool. Like, he fucking, when he calls up the fucking cleaners.
Right.
Right. 12 for dinner and shit,
Yes.
Like that. In this movie, it was like, it took all sort of the world building and like, let's really take a look at these people's world, this hitman world,
Yeah.
And so you go to like the Continental in Europe, you find out the Continental is not just a hotel, it's almost like a consortium.
Okay.
Run by what's his face from Deadwood.
Right.
So it's like
Gabriel Burns lookalike.
Yeah. So you have all these like crime families essentially, and the Continental is like Sweden or like they're neutral.
It's the neutral zone.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like we're neutral, and the guy like, oh well, I'll take you down, and he's like, good luck with that.
Right.
He's all, this is my kingdom, and I'm the only one that runs it, and you can't do anything to touch me.
Yeah.
Like and it's like everyone in that movie is incredibly badass, which is like what part of the reason I'm like, this movie's great. And as much as I think Common is a fucking terrible actor,
Oh, I like Common.
I do not enjoy him. The rapper Common.
Okay. I've heard the name.
He was great.
I've heard the name recently.
He's in this movie as one of like the fucking assassins, and him and John Wick on the subway.
Right.
Dude, they have a knockdown, drag out fight that is like, and with the most satisfying ending you have ever seen. And then this whole concept of, he says it like one time in the first movie where it's like, be seeing you. Like he says that, like the assassins, that's like almost like their creed. Like a lot of them keep, like anytime something like they get together, it's like, all right, well, this is good. Yeah, I'll be seeing you, John. Be seeing you real soon.
Dude, how great was it that they didn't give Ruby Rose any lines?
That was fantastic.
Like, she is, right?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, she's like this like model turned actress that's got like tats everywhere and everything.
Okay.
Everybody's talking about how hot she is.
Oh, wait.
She's
Okay.
whatever.
All right.
She's I think she kind of looks like a dude, but
Well, I dug the deaf girl too.
right.
There was a deaf assassin, Steve,
Uh-huh.
or she was mute. I don't know that she was
That's
deaf.
what I'm talking about. Ruby.
Oh, wait. I know exactly who
Right.
you're talking
Right.
about now. All right.
But she was pretty badass too.
Right.
Like another one. Like, and it was funny
But
because
they didn't give her any lines. It's
No.
like the perfect Keanu role if he weren't John Wick.
Dude, you guys fucking see him training for this?
Yeah.
On the
it
live
showed.
firing?
It fucking showed.
Dude, I want him on my fucking zombie apocalypse survival
Well,
team.
here's the
dude.
thing,
He
though,
can
too.
Fucking get down, dude.
That training he was doing was that it was for the museum sequence.
Right.
If you watch it,
Uh-huh.
it's like long sustained shots of
Yeah.
him doing this shit, which is why they trained him. So he's like, boosh, guy comes up, boosh, guy, and he's like shooting people fucking left and right. And what's great is like he's ducking corners and such, and like shooting people through the fucking wall. One guy is like he like peeks and sees the guy, and he's just sitting there. The guy comes around the corner, and my favorite part of the movie was every single dude he shot, he would like first shot and then a headshot.
Right.
First shot and then a headshot.
Yeah.
So it was like he would like disable, headshot, disable,
But
headshot.
it was always like disable, boom, 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 come back to you.
Right.
I'm not done with you yet.
Every single person
Yes.
got a headshot.
It
He
was a
did
double
not
tap every
did
time.
not walk away from anybody still alive on the ground, dude. It's fucking amazing.
I gotta see it.
Yeah, no, it was definitely the double tap.
It was definitely, and it's definitely like I'm ready for John Wick 3.
They totally had you at the end too.
Yeah.
Like it's ready. Let's start filming.
And you're
you
like,
know?
I'll see that. I'm in. Fucking 1,000%. So John Wick 3 or John Wick 2, it's like it didn't do what Taken did, where it was like, let's retell the same exact story.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, and that's what I was worried about.
Like
the third one is like, really?
this time they've killed my cat.
right.
No, and that's why I was saying when we were starting this is like I wasn't really excited for it. You know, it looked like it was going to be more of the same, and that'll be fun. But I wasn't like super stoked until I saw it. I'm like, okay, it's not the same fucking movie like they do with every other sequel.
Yeah, for sure.
They did something different with it, and that's what made it so satisfying.
All right, so John Wick 2, get out there and see it.
Gotta see it.
We're getting close to the end here. Anybody got anything they want to rant about at this point? I'm always looking at Steve first in this instance. Steve, a lot of anger in this room all the time.
No, you know what? I just, there's a movie coming out. A lot of people are pretty hyped for the live action Beauty and the Beast.
No.
Okay.
I don't really give a shit myself. Kind of not feeling like I just watched Jungle Book with the
That was
wife
good.
and kids. It was okay. It was okay
Bill
because
Murray was great.
well because of the voices.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
John Favreau directed that, dude.
And the kid was
He
great.
puts together
And
a
I
good
gotta
movie.
tell you, man. I mean, Scarlett Johansson, dude, just. Whew, she could just talk me to sleep every night. That woman is something special. But so Beauty and the Beast is coming out, and apparently, the bad guy, who is it?
Gaston
Gaston, his little helper
is gay.
is gay, and there are
So?
people making a big deal about this because that's what people do these days. And I have to say this to them. This chick is fucking a buffalo, and you care about the gay guy? Fuck. I mean, come the fuck on, man. Get some fucking priorities, man.
We're okay with bestiality, but he better not have a gay friend.
Holy
This
shit.
dude is fucking a buff.
I don't fucking get it, man. I mean,
Just so you know, did not go anywhere where I expected this
Not at
conversation
all.
to go, but that
Not
was
at all.
fantastic.
holy shit.
Mike Eastman, who was a guest on the show,
Yes.
Mike posted a fucking hilarious thing in the same vein where he was like, everyone's all excited about this. He's like, but let's have a real conversation. Why the fuck does Beast have this yellow dress in the house? And it's all furthermore, why does he have any women's clothes in the house? What's happening in his spare time that he's
Nobody fucking questioning that? I mean, like, holy shit, man.
Dude, Chris laughed so hard he just had a little asthma attack right there. Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. People are stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I think people just...
Let's look at it from a realistic standpoint. You got a dude that hangs around the big, bulky dude and hangs on his every word. Is he really just a friend, or is he into him? I mean, a logical character choice for that character.
And furthermore, why the fuck do we even care? Like,
exactly. What does it matter? It's not
why,
like they're lovers.
Why is the sexuality of LeFou even a conversation? You know?
mean, listen, folks. He's not going to be sucking his fucking dick in the movie or nothing. I mean, come on.
I hope he's like B-R what? B-R what?
Right. I mean,
Yeah, that I
you
really
know what,
didn't get
man?
that.
Like we talked about in episodes before, I think people just need something to fucking get pissed about and get upset about.
It's
Some fucking stupid
Disney.
shit.
Have you
man.
been to Disneyland? Like 99% of the people that work there are gay. Get over it. Like, accept that.
Stop, Chris. Just stop.
No, let's seriously.
It's not
They're one of
family
the largest
related.
employers of the gay community. How the fuck are you going to be upset about a gay character in a Disney film?
Exactly.
Give me a break.
Going back to Blazing Saddles. Watch me. Throw out your hands. Push out your tush. Hands on your hips. Give it a push.
Right.
It's like, welcome, people. We're the entertainers. Come on now. All right. So thank you, Steve, for that.
Go out, see the fucking movie.
Exactly. Or don't see it because you think live action remakes of animated films are stupid. How's that?
Like me.
There you go. Even though I like the Jungle Book, that's the only one of the I saw what was the other one they did? Cinderella It was boring. I
And,
turned it off.
I'll give it up to the kid in the Jungle Book. I mean, he did that fucking
was dope,
movie
dude.
like by himself.
And that whole thing was shot in L.A., dude.
You know,
that's all fucking green
pretty,
screen.
That's pretty fucking crazy to think that a kid that age was able to go ahead and pull that off. You know, so
Well, I'm just
that's
shocked.
kinda cool.
I'm
you
shocked
know?
how far the digital technology has come when you
Right.
realize like all that, none of that was real.
Right.
Like that's fucking incredible. Like I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the animals were very obviously not real, but the scenery looked impeccable.
Well, I mean, good luck trying to find a fucking real locations like that and not, 3/4 of your crew get fucking malaria and die.
Or
because
kidnapped by the locals and ransomed, right?
or just kidnapped by the locals and
Eaten.
eaten. You
Yeah,
know, I
for
mean,
sure.
fuck, dude, that green hell shit actually does exist. So you have to do a movie like that.
Yeah,
in a green scenes, setting.
I think they should have just Tropic Thundered it and like take the kid with one guy at the camera and fucking
Right.
dumped him in the
And
jungle.
then somebody steps on a fucking landmine, and holding his fucking head. This is fake. Drinking his fucking blood. It's corn syrup, dude.
Still one of the.
That scene, I was like Jack Black, like, what the fuck, oh man.
There are very few movies I've laughed as hard at, and Tropic Thunder still to this day,
fucking day,
still
dude.
fucking hilarious. All right, well let's wrap it up right here. I think this has been a fun episode.
Good times.
I look forward to doing this again sooner as opposed to later. I hope you guys have enjoyed everything you heard today. I'm the Beast Used Condom.
I'm the buffalo that Bella's fucking.
I'm LaBouf's fucking cum shot. Yes.
And we hope you guys are having a nerd life crisis. All right. Music for the Nerdlife Crisis podcast is provided by Big Papa and the TCB. All music available at bptcb.com or at iTunes. The Nerdlife Crisis is recorded at the Inland Blue Studios. Make sure to subscribe to the Nerdlife Crisis at iTunes and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Nerdlife Crisis.